In the deep, silent darkness of the Pacific Ocean, something screamed. It wasn't heard by sailors. It wasn't picked up by submarines. It didn't echo through coastal cities. Instead, it traveled invisibly through water so powerful, so vast, that it was detected by underwater sensors thousands of miles apart. On a quiet day in 1997, scientists monitoring the ocean didn't know they were about to record the loudest unexplained sound ever captured beneath the sea. A sound so intense, it crossed the entire Pacific Basin. A sound that didn't behave like an earthquake, didn't resemble a volcanic eruption, and didn't match any known marine life. They would later call it Te. Bloop. The hydrophone arrays were part of a classified Cold War system designed to track enemy submarines. By the late 1990s, these underwater ears were still listening, patient, precise, and unforgiving. When the signal appeared on their screens, analysts initially assumed it was a glitch. Then they realized something terrifying. The sound wasn't local. It originated near Antarctica and was recorded simultaneously by sensors over 3,000 miles apart. For that to happen, the source had to be unimaginably loud, far louder than any whale, any ship, any explosion ever recorded in the ocean. It lasted for over a minute. A rising, organic sonla frequency, powerful, almost alive. Not mechanical, not random. It followed a pattern, as if something massive was moving. Scientists replayed it again and again. The ocean had spoken, and no one knew what it was saying. At first, they searched for logical explanations. Underwater earthquakes. No seismic data matched the event. Volcanic activity. Nothing erupted at the time. Icebergs. Cavern. Possibly, but no known ice event had ever produced a sound like this. Then came the most unsettling detail. Based on the sound's frequency and amplitude, researchers calculated the size of the source. Whatever made the bloop was larger than any known animal on Earth. Larger than a blue whale, larger than anything science had ever documented. That calculation alone shattered assumptions. The blue whale is the largest creature known to exist. Its call's already among the loudest biological sounds on the planet. Yet the bloop dwarfed even that. If it was biological, then it suggested something enormous, something hidden in the deep, dark waters where sunlight never reaches. Theories exploded. Some suggested it was an unknown species, a colossal organism adapted to crushing pressure, feeding in the abyss. Never a creature so rare, so deep, it had escaped all human observation. Others dismissed that idea immediately. How could something so massive exist without leaving remains? No carcasses, no sightings, no DNA, no evidence except the sound. But the ocean covers over 70% of Earth, and more than 80% of it remains unexplored. Then came the darker theories. Some whispered about ancient creature survivors, from a time before humans, before recorded history. Others referenced legends, sea monsters, leviathans, things sailors once feared but science dismissed. And then there were the most disturbing suggestions of all. What if the bloop wasn't natural? What if it was artificial? A secret weapons test? An experimental device? A failed Cold War relic activated decades too late? Governments denied involvement. No nation claimed responsibility. No military technology matched the sound profile. The signal didn't behave like an explosion. It didn't echo like sonar. It wasn't a weapon. It was something else. For years, the mystery deepened. Scientists quietly reclassified the event, placing it into a category reserved for the unexplained. The bloop became a legend within oceanography. Circles rarely discussed publicly, quietly, unsettling those who knew about it. Then, years later, an explanation was offered. In the early 2000s, researchers proposed that the sound came from icequakes, massive icebergs cracking and grinding as they broke apart in Antarctic waters. When ice the size of cities fractures under pressure, it can release enormous acoustic energy. The explanation seemed reasonable. Too reasonable, because when scientists compared the bloop to known icequake recordings, the match wasn't perfect. The frequency patterns didn't align exactly. The duration was longer. The tonal structure was different, and, most unsettling of all, no icequake before or since has ever matched the Bloop's power. Officially, the case was closed. Unofficially, doubts remained. Some researchers privately admitted that the icequake theory explained how such a sound could happen but not why it sounded the way it did. The ocean is full of noises, but the Bloop was unique, singular, never repeated. Which raises a chilling question. If it was biological, why was it heard only once? And if it wasn't biological, why did it sound alive? The Pacific Ocean near Antarctica is one of the most remote places on Earth. Temperatures near freezing, depths crushing enough to destroy most technology, a perfect hiding place for the unknown. Whatever made the Bloop came from there, and whatever it was, it has never been heard again. Or perhaps it has on, we simply weren't listening. Even today, modern hydrophones still monitor the oceans. Thousands of unexplained sounds are recorded every year. Most are dismissed. Some are classified. A few defy explanation, but none have matched the scale of the Bloop. The loudest unexplained sound ever recorded beneath the sea. A reminder that despite satellites, submarines, and science, the ocean remains a vast, dark frontier. And sometimes it answers back in ways we don't understand. Because the most unsettling possibility isn't that the Bloop was a monster. It's that whatever made it might still be down there, silent, waiting.